on treetops, getting walk, got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's top
I got
notch.
that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. The scene a moment ago, unlike any other in the NFL for a lot of years. The crowd here in Carson might be half the size of a normal NFL stadium, but they are twice as loud as their Chargers get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On second down, Ingram. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Casey Hayward makes the tackle. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Kelly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Hey, go orange. Orange. 80 hard.
Following the interception here, Rivers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Brandon Marshall in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Second down, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward? And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. Right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
All right. Good. Black 15. Red. Red. White. Get hot. Get hot.
First down, Rivers. And this is incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready. 80. 80 hot.
A second down throw for Rivers. Gets it to Gordon. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Red. Plus the right.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. On second down, Kelly. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On 3rd and 2, Kelly flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On 1st and 10, Kelly. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a to Ingram. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. 319! 319!
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. That's going to set him back 5 yards. That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. To throw is Kelly. From the gun, he'll throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Leopard, hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Mark Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
Buffalo Wall.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This is Gordon on the dump off. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down. Throwing Rivers. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the I.
0.
3rd and goal for Rivers. And he's got it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
So the Broncos coming out now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's Kelly. A final shot before break. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hurry up! Hey, left!
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And some room to maneuver. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Bashad Breeland, the one that got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go. Behind!
They'll try to throw here. Rivers over the middle, complete. That's Henry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Rivers now to throw on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Set! Round 80!
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Allen He's got it over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go.
Throwing, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, second and goal. They give it to him running left, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back. Line of the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They go play action here on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Watching that, Marty.
To throw, Kelly. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 39. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watching that, Marty.
On first down, it's Kelly. And he He's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Come on. Hurry up.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ready. Delta. Behind.
The first down throw here for Rivers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Shane Ray in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Rivers now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Dylan Cantrell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Sturgis for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard. Leopard.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Blue 90. Gone, gone.
On 2nd down, Kelly. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Following the interception here, Rivers going deep here for Allen. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Rivers. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to throw on second. Here's Kelly. He's going to launch this thing way down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Second down, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
Bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the gun, Kelly. Now a desperation throw deep. That's caught inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Leopard!
Now Kelly looking to throw on 2nd down. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. Thomas the intended target. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Let's go.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now the former 4th-round pick is Kalen Ballage. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.